Hello everyone and welcome back to the X-Ring. So what we're going to do is a follow-up video for the extraction problems that we had with the Rim-X after the match. So on Monday morning, I immediately called over to Zermatt and talked to the secretary. And unfortunately, Ray, who's the owner, was out, but she said send him an email. Within about an hour, I got an email back from Ray saying that he would send me a new extractor and tensioner, and I should have it in a couple days. Well, it's Friday, so within a business week, so customer service is awesome with Rim-X. Within a business week, I received the extractor and the tensioner and a new spring. I'll show you all the pieces and parts and components and show you how quick that was to change out. It only took a couple of minutes, but it does visually look a lot different and the spring is a lot longer. What I've also done is I've picked up another magazine with an extension. I had to take a little bit of a file to get one of the followers to feed properly. But what I've got is a lot of ammunition, and I've got a target at 100 yards on a steel. It's a little small IPSC, but what I want to do is I want to run this bolt hard, very similar to the way that Eagle Eye Precision did it in his video when he was able to duplicate that problem with an older extractor style. So what I'll have is I've got two 15-round magazines. I'm going to run it fast, I'm going to run it hard. I'm not going to drop the magazines. These are all billet aluminum. I did not mention that in the other video. But there's no plastic on here other than the follower. So even the extensions are billet aluminum, just a great quality construction. I think the magazines are adjusted properly, but what I've got is Ely that I'll be shooting, and I'm just gonna run through this as fast as I can. So we'll get started with this, stay tuned. All right guys, so very impromptu. What I'm going to do is I am just going to insert this. My target's at about 100 yards. We'll just call it 1.8 or so. And we're just gonna start firing. We'll do the magazine change and we'll go from here. I've not fired a single round out of this. I also wanna show you guys the extraction on it. Hopefully I'll see a difference here. And here we go at 100 yards. Hopefully I'll get all my hits. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. The extraction, I can tell you, I just looked out of the corner of my eye. No comparison to the old one. All right, so I've got a couple more rounds. I don't want to dry fire it. You never want to dry fire a Rim-X. That can cause some serious issues. I'll start counting my rounds out here in just a second. One more, and I know I'm done. Okay, so that's 15 rounds downrange. And there was 114 rounds in that match. So here's the second magazine. And go. Still got a couple more rounds at least. And that's it. So that's 30 rounds without any issues. So guys, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna top that off really quickly. We're gonna do it all over again. All right, so I know this is not going to be the most exciting video coverage. However, I'm going to report exactly what happened. So that match was 114 rounds. I'm going to shoot over 114 rounds, 30 rounds at a time. And if something goes wrong, then I'm going to have a big issue with this. So we've already got 30 rounds down the pipe. Let's change the angle here and we'll do the exact same thing. All right, we'll pretend it's like a regular match. Here we go. And engage. So I'm getting everything nice and level. That's 15 rounds. So we're at 45. Let's see if we can make 60. And what I'm going to do for this, guys, I'm actually going to push it really hard into the magazine. So we'll see if that makes a difference. Ready? And go. So I'm leaning into the rifle itself. All right. All right, guys, 60 rounds. You also notice that forward ejection at about 1 o'clock, and it is completely clearing the whole porch here, and it's going down to the bottom. So I'm pretty impressed so far, but we've got to make that 115 round mark at least. Let's see what happens. Let's load up some more mags. All right, so we're at 60 rounds without a single issue. Let's see if we can take it to 90. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. It's 15. And another 15. And what do we have here? All right, I'm not going to touch the rifle. Let's see if we can come in and zoom in on this a little bit. All right, hopefully I don't have an empty in there and it just failed to clear the extraction far enough. Okay, so it was able to pull that out, but that was a malfunction. Let's continue. That might be an empty. No, we're good. Still good. Dang, 15 goes a long ways. All right, now we are empty. So we're at the 90 round mark. We did not have a failure to extract. What we had was an extraction that went back into the action itself. Once I pulled back on it, it cleared it. You guys saw that. So let's go ahead and do another 30 rounds. That'll put us to the 120 round mark. I can live with one malfunction because of the way that it happened. Had there been an empty in the chamber, I would be very, very upset right now. So much so I would have sent the rifle back to have some more work done to it to find out what's going on. I had a lot of people ask me about the chamber. This is a 52D as in David chamber. So it's a great chamber. It's the most accurate 22 I own. Let's go ahead and get this 30 rounds done, get that 120 round mark. All right, we're at 90. Let's go for that 120. And go. That sounded really odd. I'm not going to follow that one up, guys. That sounded like a bad round. I just want to make sure that I don't have any type of squib in here. Okay, so I saw smoke come out of the barrel, so we are good. If we had a squib, we wouldn't have seen that. So let's continue right where we left off. That's empty, I can tell. All right. Boy, it still has a funny smell to it. Sure, it's getting a little warm in there, but it's just lead. It did it. 120 rounds. with one malfunction. I can live with that, but I'm not done yet. I want to go ahead and finish this box off. It'll be 3 solid boxes, same lot number, and then this thing needs a good cleaning. Let's see if we can do another 30 rounds. All right, so last 30 rounds, we're going to go from different positions. No bag. I'm just going to go straight off of the rail, and we'll just go metal to metal and go. What I'll do is I'll just go 2 from each position. Go one more lower. I hate this. You guys might not be able to see it, but oh, that was a miss. Well, I think I got one more. We're going to pretend we ran out. Missed that one. Let's hold the magazine. Let's see if that causes any problems. Yeah, it causes a miss. That was actually me, guys. That's it. I'm going to go ahead and do it again so I get the video of it, and I'm going to do movements. I'm not going to use a bag or anything like that. So this will put it at 180 rounds if it gets through all of this with only that one malfunction that you guys saw. So let's go ahead and do it again.
All right, we'll do 3 from each position. Here we go. That'll give me 5 positions to shoot from. I don't know if you guys can see this low. Doesn't matter. You hear the shots. All right. Time for a quick mag change. I'll finish up on top. Oh, pull that one.
Wasn't locked in, and that's it. 180 rounds. Let's make it an even 200 and call it good. All right, so I have 2 magazines of 10 and 10. That'll make it an even 200. So getting it done, let's go ahead and do the last 10. And here we go. I'm gonna do something a little different here too. What I'll do is I'll shoot 5 off the top. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put pressure on it and just hold the bottom of the magazine just on my hand like this to see if we induce any type of malfunction on the feeding. Okay, so putting a lot of upwards pressure, it's too much. I didn't get a full extraction. You can see that, but here we go. It's clear. I'm back in business. So be aware of that, that if you put a lot of pressure on this, let's try it again slowly. That works. We'll put all the weight of the rifle here. That's it, done. And so got away with it that time, but you can also see that it's pretty easy to clear these malfunctions, the one that I had. So I've had 2 over the course of 200, but remember I was pushing on the bottom, which is something that could happen during a match if you had too much pressure on the bottom of the magazine. But let's go ahead and do that again. We'll do 10 shots, and this will finish out the 200 rounds. Go back to the offhand, just holding the magazine block. It fed, fed, that is it. Guys, that was a marathon. I'm actually sweating. Big shout out to Zermatt for providing those parts in such an expedited manner. Speaks volumes about their customer service. This will be my rifle that I'll be shooting for next year. I might even list a couple Voodoos. I'm not saying that the Voodoos are not as good as this. All I'm saying is the way that I have this balanced, guys, you see how nose heavy that is? The way that I have this balanced, it's going to do a better job for me than the Voodoo with the contour that I have. Remember, I went with a 20-inch. This is a 1.25, still cool to the touch. 1.25 straight taper, and guys, it balances so well. It's still trying to be nose heavy here, you see that? So I can back it up off of this rail, and you guys can see no bipod offsetting this either. You guys can see how well balanced that is. So I really like this setup. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and this torture test of a 22, I guess, but I will be shooting this next year. Things would have been a little different over the weekend if I would have had that extractor. So if you have a Rim-X, make sure you don't have the dark bronze looking extractor, and the tensioner is also very important. That spring is longer, as you saw in the video. Hope you guys have a great weekend. We're going to do some fishing. Maybe I'll get you some video of that. Like, share, and subscribe. Have a great weekend.